Hello again guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I didn't record the last brew day. I think I maybe caught some slight footage, but essentially we've got a West Coast Pale sat in the tank now, which I'm really excited for. I haven't made the West Coast even as a home brewer in a number of years, and I've really missed it. Really glad that we've done it, and yeah, excited for it to come out. So today is essentially, let me show you something. So we have a new chiller. So I'm going to be setting this up and get it connected to both tanks, and then I should be able to get each tank down to I'm hoping for about -2. But the idea is my malt store is going to be going to the garage of the house that I'm moving to, as well as the hop storage. And then maybe we'll have a look at maybe moving one tank into that corner, putting this chiller there, moving this tank up a touch, moving the brewing system up, and then we can get the hot liquor tank in this corner rather than by the door, because it is a bit of a nightmare to get in and out of the brewery at the minute. So, baby step. I think there was something else that came. I feel like I've missed out on loads of stuff. So, we used this on that brew day, and these fittings, I got them from a website called Milky Fittings. I think it was around £80 for 3. So, not cheap, but it's made a good bit of difference. So I've got this tubing, and now we can recirculate the mash and get that nice and clear. So we tried doing it. We let the mash rest for half an hour on the last brew day, and then we recirculated about half an hour in. Don't think it was enough time, so we're just going to recirculate it straight away. Another thing, we got 3 fittings. So there's 1, 2, and then I've got a little transfer line. The tank, it's down there, isn't it? Yeah, it's on this one. Sorry. And so all just little improvements and stuff. So today, the porter is ready. It's been in the tank now for 2.5 weeks. So, and I'm working nights. I've got a night shift in about 2 hours time, or maybe a bit longer. Actually, I don't even know what time it is. So I've come here before my night shift to try and start cleaning some of the casks and pins that I'm going to be using, and just get a bit of a head start, really. I don't know how bad the wind is. The storm, Ewan, whatever it's called, is upon us. So a lot of things have closed, been cancelled. Yeah, it's been a bit rough. But where I'm kind of situated, I'm not really getting too much of the wind. I can just see all the trees swaying like crazy. Right, shall we crack on then? Me and Andy, on I think last Sunday, so the 2nd, did our biggest ever packaging day. It was so busy. We did 16 or 17 kegs, casks, and kind of pins as well. And obviously packaged both tanks. So tons of beer, and for the first time as well, I created my own mailing list and sent that out. And it worked okay. Usually I was typically directly messaging bars, and then obviously you always get a reply. But with this, doing the mailing list, I've only had 4 replies from 15 bars that I've sent to. So I don't know whether it's maybe just been lost, or I don't know. We shall see. But the orders that I have had have pretty much cleared me out anyway, because I've offered the West Coast Pale
and the porter, which is what we packaged. And pretty much everyone's ordered one of each. So, yeah, and I've been catching up with the paperwork, which I'd fallen behind on slightly. So I thought, well, seeing as I'm going through that, I basically went from the start, from batch one, and went through all the paperwork to make sure everything was in line and just was okay. It didn't take me too long. I'm pretty good with all the paperwork, as you need to be fair. Tonight is the night I'm going on the Hop Edition podcast. So obviously I've got like me big light set up in the back ready, because I'm actually going to be doing it from the brewery, which I kind of think is a pretty terrible decision now, because it is absolutely freezing. Literally just bobbing about the brewery today, and like I can feel like my hands going numb. What else has been going on? Oh, got some new merch. Some beer brewing hoodie. I've also got some business cards, because we've got Beer X coming up in a couple of months, and people were always asking for business cards last time, and I didn't have any, so I was like, I'll get ahead of the game, I'll order some. And end of year accounts were due for the 3 months that I was operating last year, so I've had to run around, find an accountant, and then trying to sort out receipts and trying to find what I'd paid for these tanks, and trying to find those invoices. All good fun, all time consuming. But I've got empty tanks now, which isn't good. But I also need to kind of get them clean, so that's what I'm doing today. So, let's make a start. So that took me just like way too long. Whenever you dry hop a beer, it's just an absolute nightmare cleaning the bottom. I have to agitate it with CO2 and stuff. The worst case scenario, but it works every time. I just lower the jet wash into the bottom of the tank and then just blast it, and it always ends up coming out. But you probably, to be fair, it's not too bad. I am actually covered in little splodges of hop debris, but I figured I'll just talk you through how I go about cleaning the tanks. So the first step is just like a water wash. Before you do your caustic wash, CO2 can actually just completely neutralize your caustic. So in order to kind of prevent you from wasting your time, essentially, I always open it up, take off all the ports, blast them with the jet wash, because if I take this off now, inside the tank it's pretty spotless. It does clean really, really quickly. However, you always end up with these little dead spots. And behind this is always a load of cake or yeast, as you can probably see, all that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much, that'll be the same on where the tap is. That's actually usually a little bit worse as well. So yeah, I'll take them off, give that a blast. So as you can see now, we've got the Krausen ring around the top, but the caustic will get that off. But other than that, it is pretty spotless already. So you can see inside there, all nice and clean. See inside there, pretty spotless as well. So it's all pretty much ready to go. It's just draining off. I'll go empty that now. Jesus, my recording of content has been horrific recently. So apologies. I'm off to a really cool pub over in Liverpool called the Black Cat. We took one of our first all keg batches there a couple of weeks ago and it went down really well. And he's actually bought both of the batches that we did the other day, which is Shoreline, which is the West Coast Pale, and the Porter. So, my task before we head off is to carbonate some kegs. So this batch was mainly for cask, but we thought we'd give some kegs a go. So if we're aiming for around 5 grams per litre of CO2 to give like 2.5 volumes of carbonation, 30 litres, 30 times 5, 150 grams. There will be some natural carbonation in there as well, so I'm going to aim for around 110 grams. So I've measured the CO2 bottle before, and that's just over 18 kilos. Took a picture on my phone so I can get it accurate, and then I'll just keep on agitating the keg to get the CO2 in and make it lovely and fizzy. And then so I just have to do that twice to the two kegs that we have, and then I can be on my way. There was also the Liverpool Camera Beer Festival, which is on today and tomorrow, which is the 14th and 15th of February. There was an event on yesterday for suppliers, but I was on a night shift and I was running around and I had quite a few things to do. So unfortunately, I couldn't make it. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it's gone down. And yeah, if anyone was there and tried my beers, let me know. But yeah, let's crack on.